training for the Jordan Brand Quai54 World Street ballChampionship. This tournament brings in 16 of the top teams to compete for the world title. It's like an experience like none other. So here's my journey. I flew in from JFK to Paris, a 7-hour flight filled with anticipation. Once I touched down, I met with Malik Cohn, a former D1 All-Star at Rutgers and the head coach of one of the competing teams. We drove out 5 hours to train Czech, an absolute beast at 6'9" and one of the team players. Our first stop was some kebabs, and I could instantly tell the difference in the quality of food compared to the US. It wasn't as processed. Malik was breaking down some plays, and I must admit, I dozed off in the backseat and they caught me slacking. But at least I caught up with some sleep. We arrived at the Ren's Club to start our workout. The staff was fantastic and the training session was intense. We spent some time game planning and understanding the new rules for the competition. I worked on some adjustment movement patterns with Sheikh just to get him ready for the tournament. And after about 2 to 3 hours, he was ready to go. Malik broke some details down. Even the ruling on jab steps is different in France. Sheikh gifted me his jersey, which I loved. Later, Malik and I took a train back to Paris. I was a bit envious of Malik's sleeping contraption. It felt like he was trying to sell me on buying one. This year, the event was held in a gym instead of under the Eiffel Tower due to the upcoming Olympic Games, which was a bit of a bummer. We took a tour of the court and noticed some unique dimensions that we could use to our advantage during the games. We then met up with the team, discussed game plans, and grabbed some gear. At the hotel, we bumped into one of the competitors. Such a cool guy. It just showed the level of competition is really high at this event. So we need to bring our A game. That evening, we went out with the GM and some players to try some African food. It was phenomenal. By the way, that's my guy Junior. Just having a good time, and that's the GM of the team. It's game day, and we headed to the gym and got our backstage entry passes. After a delicious breakfast, we had to sit at the top prior to our game. Watching the game, we quickly realized this wasn't your typical tournament. Players had to stay within a foot of their opponents or get called for 3 seconds. After 2 calls, it was a free throw shot. These rules made us realize that help rotation needs precise timing. Now we're courtside getting the team ready. The energy was high. If you lose, you're out. The 18-minute games make it tough for you to game plan and adjust, especially if you only have 1 timeout. Malik and I were excited but knew we needed perfection to beat any team in advance. And our team was up next. So we rallied the troops. Malik focused on keeping them calm and controlling the energy. And we sat down and got ready to get to work. You could tell Coach Malik was ready for moments like this. So we got up and gave him the speech to get them ready. It was moments from game time. So the anxiety was high. Now we're ready for tip-off. The game remained close, stuck for a few minutes at 7-11. The team started to lose grip. These type of games, each possession matters. We missed about 7 free throws and a ton of open shots, which led us to lose the game to the eventual champs. All in all, the coaching staff did an amazing job, and the players worked hard and did their best to adjust. Coach Malik gave the players a great speech after the game. Later in the evening was dunk contest time. I had a pretty terrible view, but someone sent me this video. The dunk contest was spectacular. Afterwards, we explored Paris a bit, visiting the Eiffel Tower. The sun sets at 10:30, throwing off my circadian rhythm, but the view was amazing. The next day, I met up with my boy from Jersey, Sammy, who lives in Paris. Such a cool guy. We strolled the main streets of Paris with Junior and Malik. Did you know they're building a Louis Vuitton hotel in Paris? Yup, crazy. Then another night out with these amazing people involving a guy killing it on the saxophone and a beautiful steak. We watched the final few games of the tournament. I watched Junior play up until the quarterfinals, and the team that defeated us, one of the French teams, took the championship. Coach Malik and I have our game plan for next year, and we're gonna take it. Before my flight, I grabbed some pizza with Junior, and I opted for the first-class flight back to the States. What an amazing trip, and I'm ready for the next one.